I'm a millennial, so I am the son of baby boomers. And as a millennial, I grew up with the notion that anything is possible and that I can do anything I want and that the sky's the limit and that there's no ceiling to what I can accomplish. And that really got deep into my head. And I know that this video is about breath management, but what I want you to think about is the breath as the will. Because what happened to me as a millennial was that my will was so strong, and I thought that if I just drove my will really, 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 really hard, I could accomplish whatever I set my mind to. And of course, I am now 36 years old, and I've had to realize the hard way that that's not just how things work. And with singing, it was the same thing, like with my breath management and control. Exert all the will because anything is possible and just knock and the door will be open. And so I would force. And so what I want you to think of, instead of thinking of breath management, think of it as will management. Willpower, just like breath power, has a limit. And we have to kind of be realistic and not delusional, for lack of a better word, over how much we can accomplish with our breath or with our will. So, if you think of your breath as your will, we're going to take some will to sing in through your nose, and we're going to exhale through our teeth, make a sound like this. Could you make that as long as I did? Or are you still even going? That's great. In the beginning, I used to force my will, force my singing, force my breath. And now I've learned to manage it. So we're going to do that again, and then we're going to add some sound to it so that you can kind of get a sense of how much your lungs can hold, how much will to sing you can contain in your body, and then manage how you dispense that instead of just exerting all of your will into a song or into a phrase or into a note. So let's breathe again and kind of manage our will to sing, because even though when we're super young it feels like it's infinite and like we can do anything and just walk through walls, it's not reality. And if you don't know that yet, life will humble you as it did with me and will do with you. So this is probably a good thing to learn ahead of time. So let's take a breath in and good. So again, it's like the will to sing. What we're managing is our will because we don't have an infinite one. So we can replenish it and we can rejuvenate it and refresh it. So we take some will in, we exert some will out, and then we have to renew. And then again, we can't just keep going without ever replenishing. That's why we burn out. That's why I burnt out in my 20s. And just my expectations were through the roof because, like I said, being a millennial, that's part of what comes with the package. And I don't know what younger generations are experiencing, but that's what I did. And I would always feel upset with my parents that would kind of try to keep me grounded and be like, okay, calm down. You can't do anything you want, because that's kind of the reality they grew up with. And they had already also been humbled. And I just was not letting them do that to me. So we're going to take a breath, and let's start for the men. Let's start on this E below middle C, and for females, E above middle C. So if you're a female, you're E. If you're a male, E. So I'll do it with the guys. So we're gonna say not E, we're gonna say me. And we're gonna just take a breath and try to hold it for, I'll say, let's start with 10 seconds. Me. Good. Got a scratch, got itchy. Hold on. Start here, F. Females are up here, me. Males are here, me. So I'll deal with the males. 10 seconds, take a breath. Start here. Females here, males here. Me. How appropriate for a millennial, me. Let's keep going here. Females here, males here. Take a breath in. Me. Sorry if my timing's off. I keep forgetting to check the clock. Let's do it here. Females here, males here. Take a breath. Renew your will and manage your will. Don't overexert your will. Breath is just the will to sing. It really is. So breathe in. Me. Here. Last one. Middle C for guys. High C for, male high C for females. Take a nice breath. So for me, when I was much younger, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, even a couple of years ago, I felt that I felt that I had to deliver to the audience. But now I feel, because I manage my will and I'm not as desperate for like the approval or attention of the audience, and I'm more just kind of a singer that's here and letting people come to me instead of me going to them all the time. Sometimes I'll go to them if I feel like I'm losing them. I'm more self-contained instead of like exerting myself a lot. And that can take maturity and it can take time, but I do think that it can help to hear this. And maybe it won't do the whole trick. Maybe you'll have to live and vocalize and sing and live your life and learn this on your own. But I do know that my teacher told me this stuff, and I couldn't really hear it because it was a little over my head. But it was a nice signpost that I could later reflect on and even listen to the recordings of our lessons and be like, oh, that's what he meant. So hopefully that's what this does for you. Manage your will and don't overexert it. And think of your breath as your will to sing, and don't use your willpower until you burn out. Just kind of keep replenishing it. Hope this helped.